Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Audrey Rose. I'm a type 1 diabetic with celiac and I talk about it all the time, like literally. Yeah, I know I'm against another white wall because I still have not figured out my room yet. It looks like a disaster behind my camera. So I don't think y'all need to be seeing that yet. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what all I want in my room and how I'm going to be setting up my room and my closet because I moved. If you're not following me on the socials, I recently posted a picture just about stepping out of an environment that is toxic, that is demonic, per se, but we're gonna kind of get into that a little bit deeper, just in a little bit of my testimony, but also just the things that I have walked out of as a person who is a Christian, but who also has medical issues, because medical issues are a way of the enemy trying to put a divide in between you and the Lord. Yes, I said it. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on that, but that's what I have seen in my life. Like I've seen a lot. So we're not really going to do a lot of makeup today because today's my day off and I don't have anywhere to be. Literally, I'm not even going to really do skin prep. I'm just going to do my under eye by Tula. I love this stuff so much. I have found it to be, this is the cooling and brightening eye balm. Love this one so much. And then I'm just going to put on my sunscreen by Tula. I've really found this to be a good base before I put on like my primer or my skin prep, which for skin prep I use the POV by Point of View by Michaela. I don't know how to say her last name, but that stuff is amazing. You can hate, but you should also participate. Then I'm just gonna go in with my primer today, which is the milk primer. This is vegan. This is also gluten-free, which is absolutely amazing. And then I'm just putting on the milk jelly blush, which I also put it on my lips because I just feel like doing that sometimes. I am gonna put the Aint by POV on my lips just for that base hydration, which I have found to be really good. I've already put on Space Camp this morning because that's one of the first things that I do. I literally wake up, I brush my teeth, and I put on Space Camp. That is what I do in the morning. And this is my Benefit Brow Setter, and then this is the Mary Kay Lash Intensity Mascara. I love this mascara so much. This is probably the only product that I use by Mary Kay at this point. Like, I used to be a Mary Kay girl, but Mary Kay is not vegan or gluten-free, but I have found that their mascara is amazing. Also, their eye makeup remover is really good. I also wanted to show you guys my hair real quick before we get into some deep topics. This is day 2.5 day and 2.5 curls. I've not done anything to my hair. Oh, that looks horrible. I haven't done anything. I haven't like refreshed my curls, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, when I tell you there is that thing that goes around that's like, oh yeah, like girls, you know, who are kind of in a bad relationship, are in a bad relationship or not making good choices or whatever, if their hair is naturally curly, it's straight. That's where I was 3 years ago. If you haven't gone back and watched my diabetic story time, yes, there is a trigger warning, and I think the third one, I talk about a lot of things that has happened to my body, but also the bad relationship that I was in. My hair was straight. We're still kind of dealing with some of the leftovers because obviously trauma does not disappear overnight. It takes some time. So yeah, some of my curls, like these front pieces, always act a little weird. But yeah, your girl's been through some things, but now like the curls are popping and they're out, and I'm very proud of where I am now. So obviously I'm gonna try to not to destroy them, so I'm just gonna clip them back because I love these clips so much. Like I don't do the whole like, let me put on my headband to wash my face. Like, I don't do that. I just clip my hair back because I just find it to be a little bit more safe for my curls. Because if you have curls, you understand. It also was like a 2.5 hour process to get these curls out. So, to get into this morning yap sesh, not my tangent making noises. I am just very thankful as to where I am now in the journey that I've been on, because I'm now 23 years old and I've been through a lot in my early 20s. For someone who was diagnosed with type 1 at 18, I'm gonna be super honest. I really didn't have a purpose in my life, and I thought that I did. And type 1 is what really like threw me off kilter, and then I tried to pursue what I wanted before I found out I was type 1, and it wasn't working because I was trying to be in control of things. Your bedroom is supposed to be a place of healing, of sleep, of rest, of order, not confusion. Yes, you can have emotions in your room. Yes, you can, feel things, you can want things, all of those things are fine. The room that I was in my last house was very dark and depressing, and it should have been a warning sign to me whenever I first moved into that room, because I was in an okay spot, but the colors of the room was like a burnt orange color, which I love, kind of that burnt orange color for fall, but it was paired with black, and I don't know, it just already had a feeling of oppression in that room, and I tried to make it holy on my own, and I didn't really put a lot of weight into the Lord or being a Christian during that time. I also was like borderlining being an atheist at that point, even though I was going to church and I was saying all the right things and I was doing all the right things. Like I hated God. That room already had a lot of like warning signs. I think there was a lot of like trauma and oppression that was already in that room. And the room that I'm in right now, like the room that I'm sitting in right now, is my bedroom. I have prayed over this room, but when I walked into this room for the first time, there was just a peace about it. And I think it also has something to do with the fact that I have realized that, I've been running away from the Lord for so long. A couple years is a long time. I've run away from the Lord for so long that I've wanted to live in the city. I've wanted to be single. I've been a hyper feminist. Like, I hated men. Like, I did not want to get married. I did not want to have kids. I didn't want to do all the things. And the more and more that I've been in the Word, the more that I've seen like my femininity is not in myself, it is in the Lord. And in that is a really soft femininity, and it's geared towards just being a wife, being a mom, wanting to live in the country, wanting to provide a safe space for my future kids, like working on myself to be the kind of person that I know will be a good wife, if that makes sense to any of you. People who aren't Christians won't get it. People who aren't Christians will not understand the draw towards wanting to be a wife and a mom. Like, that is what's wrong with our culture, isn't it? Especially men, not men, they're boys. They don't want to be men. They don't want to, work really hard for their families. But it's not like I'm saying, oh, I want my husband to make all of the money in my family. No, I'm not saying that. Like, the reason that I started, I have a side hustle with Aint Beauty. I work a 9 to 5 in retail, but I also have a side hustle in Aint, because my purpose in that is not just to make sure that I'm completely debt free, that I am working hard, that I am building a business on my own. It's not just that, but I want to be able to already have a savings for my future family, so that if there is something, if there is something, I work with a lot of stay-at-home moms that are making a side income for their husbands. And just the economy that we live in, both parents have to work at this point. Like, that's just kind of where we are. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a wife and a mom. Now, some people are better off than others, and the man can fully support the family. But as a woman who wants to go ahead and start saving for her future family, working hard is one of them. And I've always been such a procrastinator. I get easily distracted. But it's so weird moving into this new home, into this new space, into this room. Like, I have a whole section where my Bible area is. It's like my Bible corner, and it's where I feel so at peace that it's like I can stay focused in this space. Like, there was so much confusion that it wasn't healthy. Like, it wasn't good. It wasn't honorable. It was very scary at that point. But I've just been through this season of calm and peace. Oh, this is what I was also going to say, is I have found in wanting control over my life, okay? I wanted to move into the city, or I wanted to move somewhere where my ex wanted to live. That is giving, this should be a podcast episode, but it's not. That is giving the enemy, wanting what my ex would have wanted for our lives. That is giving control to the enemy. And I'm now in this place of, like, I went to Montana recently, and that is where, like, my ex would have wanted to live. But in being rooted in Christ, when I was there, it was beautiful. But when I was there, I clearly heard the Lord speak to me, and he was like, this is where you need to let him go. Like, you're standing on this mountain. You need to fully let him go. You are not meant for the mountains. Like, you weren't meant for that. I've always been a beach girl, but I've always been so pissed off at the beach because of my ex, because of that burden, because of that past sin, and because the enemy wanted to create that divide in between me and the Lord. And because I was also in this space, this room full of confusion, I didn't realize that I was giving the enemy so much power until I moved into this new room. Like, the enemy has no space in here. Like, I was slowly shedding things in that old room, but it was so loud that it was really hard. It was so hard. And when I was in Montana, it was just like, I finally was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna have to let this go. Like, I'm over him. Like, when I came back from Montana, it was like, I don't care. Like, have no feelings, no chains were still connected to that. It's been 3 years. But when I came back, it was like so crazy, because it was, if the Lord, I know a lot of people like to say that the internet is listening to you, but it was really from the Lord. Like, the amount of, I love Pinterest so much. I love Pinterest. Like, it is my holy grail. It is my social media without the social part, because I'm a very introverted person. But on Pinterest, it was showing me beachy stuff. Like, you were healed. You have let go of those chains. You were not listening to all the extra noise. And the noise in my old room was toning down. Like, it was. But I couldn't stay there anymore. Like, I couldn't live in that room anymore. And I was so thankful that, like, my parents were like, yeah, we're already, planning on moving. Like, we're gonna do something different for us, just for that peace. And I'm just so thankful that I moved and that I was able to experience that freedom that I needed to, just in this room. Like, I just, even sitting here and talking about these really hard things, I know some of you probably don't think like, oh, that's hard, but having a, now I see, manipulative relationship, that is hard to talk about. It is hard to kind of relive it a little bit every single time I do talk about it, but it is an awareness that I want people to have, is that it happens in the Christian world. It happens on Christian campuses. It happens in churches. Like, it's not one of those things that's like so far out. It's like, no, there is just a peace and a comfort that I now have, and more of a structure in my life with moving and experiencing, you know, the goodness of the Lord. Because if you're still in an environment that you still feel stuck, that you feel like you can't, you know, get out of, that's when you know you need to look around the environment that you're in. Like, there's nothing wrong with having emotions. Like, I've already had emotions in this room. Like, y'all know, if you're a girl, you're gonna understand it. Like, you, being a girl is hard. There's gonna be a lot of hormonal imbalances, and there's gonna be a lot of crying. There's gonna be a lot of emotions. Are there things that I still cry about that happened in the past? Absolutely. It's just a part of being a human. But the one thing is in this room, I have been able to immediately I literally get up out of my bed and go to my Bible corner, and I will just sit there and hold my Bible, and I will pray. That is the feeling that I can get in this home. Like, I can feel just the freedom to be able to sit there in the presence of the Lord. Whereas at my other house, like, I could do that, but there was a lot of like fogginess. There was a lot of blurriness, and there's just a freedom at this home that I really like. But also my old house was more like smack in the middle of the city. And there's a lot of things that happen in the city. There's always movement. There's always all these things, and there's so much confusion. And we moved right outside of the city, and there's just freedom there. There's freedom in being still and being quiet and hearing no traffic, and just having this feeling of, okay, like I can just sit and just hear birds. Like, that's how we were created to be, is we were just supposed to enjoy God's nature instead of walking to a backyard and hear cars driving by. Like, cars were created by people who God created. Yes, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that they made them. But the Lord created us to be one with nature, and to like go touch some grass. It's such a real statement, because you should be touching grass every single day. Like, me personally, I work in retail, so I'm inside all the time. Like, I actually do need to go outside today, because your girl's electrical current is going backwards. Like, it's what's happening. And the electrical current that is in the earth, that's why people like are tree huggers. It's because like the trees have an electrical current that's good for our bodies, which is so weird to even say. But yeah, there's just a lot of peace. There's a lot of comfort. Like, I could literally just sit here and just like be at peace. And I've also been doing more of like on my phone, like it's on do not disturb. Like, I obviously, yes, use it for work. Yes, for both of my jobs. I use it for communication. Like, I use it for social media purposes. Like, yes, but if I don't need it, like, I don't need to know all of the things that are happening in my life. Like, that's why I got rid of my Apple Watch. Not because, one, it was literally electricity being suctioned into my body, but it was, I don't need something on me that's going to be sharing, oh, you got 20 likes on your Instagram post in the first 5 minutes. Like, I don't need to know that. I don't care. Like, we should not be living like that. Like, if I post something, I'm not checking it for hours because do not disturb is on. Like, that's how we should be living. That's how we should be we shouldn't have so much confusion and so much stuff in our lives. We should just be living our lives. And I started working out again, but with my whole move, like I just haven't had time and I need to get back into it. But like working out again and eating healthier and paying more attention to like my cycle and my hormones and what's going on in my life, that has helped me so much. Like that has helped me become way more at peace because I have more answers, I have more resources. But being able to have a space that's only for the Lord and getting ready for the next chapter in my life. I'm in this really weird in-between chapter. Like it's like chapter 29 and I'm in the middle of 30 trying to get to 31. But it's like that really long, like a really long descriptive chapter from Charles Dickens that I cannot get through. That's where I feel like I am right now. If you don't understand that reference, you were not a homeschool kid and you did not get an education. I'm not being mean, but like kind of am. Anyway, my allergies are killing me right now. It's been a good change. It's been a good season. But my room is very messy. But even though it's messy, it is a holy mess. And it will come together. And I'm really excited to do a room tour and a bathroom tour and show you guys like what space I'm creating that the Lord specifically wants only for him, because I know that this space is only for him, and I'm just really excited to see it all come together. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but it was something that needed to be talked about. If you like videos like this, definitely give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Remember to subscribe to help a girl out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.